Thank you for tuning in to the February 2026 edition of the Abbavilla Digest here on Fora Talossa. This month we will be covering the Progressive Alliance's difficulties in filling seats and new and old support agreements, an update in Chancery policy concerning the children of Talossan citizens, the new but familiar face of leadership in the Royal Zouaves, and finally, coverage of recent statements from the government concerning U.S. actions at home and abroad. There was a very brief political shakeup on February 20th as the Confidence and Supply Agreement between the IDT and the Progressive Alliance, or PA, collapsed, only to be reformed just hours later, according to a review of the IDT leaders' edits on the Talossan wiki site. Neither party released any details on what precipitated the breakdown, but the digest notes the complications encountered by the PA have been largely self-inflicted. They appointed someone to the COSA who was unable to serve. They agreed to a confidence and supply agreement with an actor they admitted was, quote, unstable and erratic, unquote, agreed to maintain a boycott against the Greens, and then voted against cooperating with the URL. Despite that latter vote, twice now, URL members of the COSA had abstained from voting against confidence to avoid the fall of the government and an early election. URL members have also stepped in to serve in civil service positions to prevent the Greens from serving in a provincial position as well. These actions of assistance had some apparent reciprocity from the PA, with abstentions from the PA allowing passage of a key government reform proposal from the URL. Shortly after the end of the second Clark, the PA confirmed the arrangement via a joint statement. Quote, the Progressive Alliance has agreed to abstain on votes on the Brusking Swing Mitigation Amendment and the Pseudo-Real COSA Act, allowing both to pass. For their part, the Union of Free Reformists, or URL, has agreed to abstain on the vote on the budget bill of 62RZ06, as well as abstaining on all future confidence votes for the remainder of the 62nd COSA, unquote. Further comment from URL leader Miestra Shiva came as follows, quote, the most recent agreement with the Progressive Alliance government has won us one major part of our agenda, the reduction in COSA seats to a non-fictional amount. Of course, this could possibly be repealed by the 63rd COSA before it comes into effect, so the agenda will have to be to defend this, unquote. Later in the month, the PA would solve the problem of having insufficient people for seats with the addition of 7 votes to Duke John, and they then found a willing MC in new party member and new citizen Tong Mun Kit. There was a housekeeping update from the Chancery as Secretary of State Luke Deshire announced changes affecting the children of Talossan citizens listed on the Kingdom of Talossa's official rolls. The update follows recent growth in the national database, which is now approaching 600 total former and current citizens. During that review, 31 individuals previously classified as underage citizens, historically known as dandelions, had their status formally clarified. This stems from legal reforms passed in early 2023 that ended Talossa's former birthright citizenship system and automatic citizenship for children of citizens. Under the old rules, underage citizens could remain on the rolls without active participation, sometimes becoming effectively uncontactable if their parents' citizenship lapsed. Officials say the change was intended not only to keep the rolls accurate, but also to address consent and legal considerations involving minors. As a part of the transition, 11 former underage citizens are now being provisionally classified as implants, a newer status for children or wards of Talossan citizens that carries prospective privileges but not full citizenship. Parents or guardians are being encouraged to contact the Secretary of State to confirm, modify, or decline that designation. The remaining 20 individuals affected are now over 14 or otherwise ineligible for implant status. If you've ever wondered who keeps Talossan culture bold, creative, and just a little bit daring, look no further than the Zouaves of the Royal Bodyguard, better known as L Zouaves. And after the recent resignation of Uppermost Court Justice Ian Platshish, the Zouaves of the Royal Bodyguard have a new captain. King Czech has been appointed as captain once more. From October 2020 to November 2024, King Czech previously served as captain of the Zouaves. He had resigned upon his accession to the throne. Operating under the Ministry of Defense, this powerhouse organization isn't about marching drills. It's about culture. Their mission? Creating, promoting, and preserving everything that makes Talossa uniquely Talossan. And here's the twist. In El Zouaves, you don't just join, you earn your way up. Members receive real ranks for real achievement. Promotions only come through actual contributions, whether that's producing creative works, preserving traditions, or launching new cultural initiatives. No participation trophies here. It's no surprise they've grown into the largest organization in the kingdom and historically one of its most influential cultural forces. Despite the royal bodyguard name, El Zouaves are proudly apolitical. Their unofficial motto, "Dare Something Worthy," captures the spirit perfectly. Bold, creative, and independent. Direct party political projects? Not allowed. The focus stays squarely on culture, not campaigning. At its heart, El Zouaves offers something simple but powerful, a space where both newcomers and longtime citizens can collaborate, create, and have fun, all with just the right amount of friendly challenge and encouragement. In Talossa, if you're daring something worthy, chances are the Zouaves are watching. The Davinescu government has issued two major foreign policy statements addressing recent developments in the Americas. Both statements were signed by Seneschal Alexandru Davinescu, with the statement on Venezuela also being signed by King Czech. The first statement concerns recent fatal incidents in the U.S. state of Minnesota involving immigration enforcement personnel. The Talossan government strongly condemned what it describes as unlawful political violence carried out against civilians, including poet Renee Good and ICU nurse Alex Preddy. According to the statement, Talossa views these events as an attempt to intimidate protesters and civil observers. The government has called for accountability for those responsible and urged Talossans worldwide to speak out in defense of civil liberties and the rule of law. A second statement addressed what the government characterizes as an illegal U.S. intervention in Venezuela, including alleged extrajudicial detentions and military actions undertaken without congressional or international authorization. The government emphasized the importance of national sovereignty and international legal norms, warning that violations by major powers risk undermining protections for all nations, large and small alike. Talossa's leadership has urged citizens to remain informed, to engage in principled advocacy, and to uphold Talossa's long-standing commitment to human rights and international justice. While Talossa's role on the world stage is symbolic rather than diplomatic, the kingdom has a long tradition of civic engagement, commentary on global affairs, and encouragement of active citizenship among Talossans everywhere.